The game was called off less than 2 hours before tip-off at 7 Eastern on ESPN, featuring Carolina and Miami, all after a video surfaced online showing multiple Tar Heel players celebrating unmasked at a party after their win over Duke on Saturday night. Now, this is separate video. This is, of course, not the video at the party, but it gives you an idea of what it was like, that environment Saturday night on campus. The video led to concerns over COVID-19 protocols. Tonight's postponement follows a meeting of personnel from both schools who mutually concluded the game could not move forward. Jay Bilas was scheduled to be on the call for tonight's game and joins us now from Chapel Hill. And Jay, so what's your reaction to this game getting postponed roughly 2 hours before tip-off here on ESPN?
Well, Kevin, it's become, I don't want to say commonplace, but it's something we're used to, that games get postponed during this COVID-19 season. It's happened to me multiple times this year, but this is the first time that it's happened this close to tip-off of a game that I was actually on site for. And the reason this time is a little bit different. You know, I had a UCLA-Oregon game earlier this year that was postponed 20 minutes before tip-off because of testing of officials. This was done because a video surfaced of North Carolina players at a party on Saturday night, and Miami officials just didn't feel comfortable to go forward and play in the game, even though North Carolina, all their players, all their Tier 1 staff had tested negative today. So it's something you just deal with, you understand. But then also it gives you sort of the feeling that, you know, I just ran into one of the North Carolina assistant coaches, and they're upset with their players. So on one hand, you're saying, okay, everybody has a responsibility to do things the right way. Then on the other hand, you know, that they told us at the beginning of the year, these are just kids, and kids are doing do kid things. I think calling them kids infantilizes them, especially when they are adults. And some of these players, not necessarily North Carolina, but around the country, have their own kids. And so a mistake was made, but you're kind of stuck in the middle of, are they, do the players are the one carrying this entire multi-billion-dollar business on their shoulders by living in isolation. The coaches and the staff, they go home at night to their families. So the players, you know, they got out of isolation a little bit. And look, I get it. Some people are upset about it. Maybe they have the right to be, but I think if you look at both sides, you're kind of, you know, I understand it. It may not be the right thing, but I do understand it.
Totally understand what you're trying to say, that you could see both sides, whether it is right or wrong. But my next question is, how much of a concern is this throughout college basketball, where coaches see this and they're on the road and they say, well, we don't want to play the opposing team because we are concerned about what we're seeing somewhere else? I mean, have you heard that extensively over the last 2 months?
I have not, that when coaches are looking at other situations that they're trying to apply it to their own. I mean, I think everybody's on edge right now. I think the hardest part of everybody's day is early in the morning. Most of the teams around the country test every day, and they're testing between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. So the morning hours, they're just sitting on eggshells, waiting to see if everybody's going to test negative, and they're not going to have a pause. As you know, Kevin, there are pauses all around the country right now. Baylor's in one, you name it. There are a bunch of programs. So everybody's trying to get to the finish line, even to the point of people, coaches now, you have some coaches talking about opting out of their conference tournaments, which to me seems ludicrous, given the fact that that's not what opting out means. Opting out means not playing at all. It doesn't mean picking or choosing which games you're going to play. If you've got significant health concerns, that's one thing. But the idea that you're not going to play in a conference tournament because you're worried about the NCAA tournament doesn't seem to me the right tack to take.
We saw Villanova go through it for multiple weeks now. Baylor's in the middle of it. Variety of top 10 programs. Of course, Michigan going through it right now. Jay, thank you for your immediate reaction to this and our breaking news tonight that North Carolina-Miami game has been postponed.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.